some of the monies that were provided to deal with COVID. Our Grady Trimble has been doing a look-through on all of this and that distribution of all of that cash, and he's found the darndest things. Grady.
Some of it might surprise you, Neil. It turns out it wasn't just the federal government getting creative to justify big spending, but states and cities, red and blue alike, also spent a lot of COVID aid on projects loosely related to the pandemic, maybe not connected to COVID at all. So we'll start with the federal government. $140 billion in COVID funds went toward a delay in student loan payments under the Biden administration. Here in Washington, D.C., the city set aside $2.5 million for parking enforcement officers. And New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy approved $12 million to build a state Hall of Fame and another $500,000 on new SUVs for his administration. Over in Iowa, the state allocated $23.5 million to build a permanent Field of Dreams ballpark. Governor Kim Reynolds arguing it would help the hospitality industry that was hit hard by the pandemic. Other cities spent money on walking trails and, yes, even pickleball courts.
Congress didn't have basic accounting controls within the federal agencies and state governments to ensure that these dollars were expressed to people who had real needs.
And we should add, Neil, that none of these projects that I mentioned were illegal. It was perfectly allowed within the rules of the various pandemic spending packages that were passed, which is why critics say we need more controls in place in case there's another emergency. We need to get money out quickly so that it actually goes to the cause it's supposed to be supporting.